Welcome back to First Take. The Celtics beat the Suns 120-112 last night behind Jaylen Brown's 41-point performance. Brown had 18 in the fourth quarter alone, while Jason Tatum finished with 21 points, 7 rebounds, while playing the most he has since returning from injury. Here's what Brown had to say about his running mate after the game.
I think JT is extremely important to us for what we want to do. Obviously, I'm having a great season, but then I have to just think, what's the big picture? And sometimes that's not easy, but, I always put the team first and what the bigger picture is first. So this is not the best version that you are watching right now. So we just take it one day at a time.
Band is back together. It feels like old times. That sounds like a championship team in the mix here. So, Stephen A., when you think about Jason Tatum's impact on Jaylen Brown, let's talk about MVP. How does that impact Brown's MVP chances?
It shouldn't, but it could, because it'll be used as an excuse. The more successful Boston is, particularly if Jason Tatum is playing well, then they'll say there are folks who use that as an excuse, because we're talking about Jaylen Brown here. Big Perk, I wanted to go someplace else with this because I thought it was important to say. Did you see what Jaylen Brown just did, y'all? Did you see what he just did? He didn't get up there and just give you some drivel. He was very, very honest and forthcoming. Like, sometimes it's hard. I'm having a great season. And obviously I'm going for the MVP, but we got bigger fish to fry here. That's what you want. That's a champion. That's what a champion look like. He letting you know, listen, it doesn't escape me what I'm doing individually. How so many cats tried to deny me, deny my greatness. I get my $300 million deal. I'm the second option on the team. Could I lead a team? Could I be the number one option? Could I be that go-to guy? And I did it, and I was doing it, and I was loving it. But now JT is back. And so really what it comes down to is that, do we want to win the championship or not? We're trying to win the chip. And that's far more important than my individual accolades, even though those individual accolades are incredibly important to me because of the doubters that have been out there about me throughout my career. That's essentially what he was saying. And so I just think it's important at a moment like this to really step back and appreciate the honesty that the brother giving you, because a lot of times they don't. You got these cats, they play. This is why we love Wemby so much, because Wemby comes out there and he's like, yeah, damn right, I'm going for the MVP. I'm going for the Defensive Player of the Year. I want both. Right. I'm after both. Yeah, you appreciate that. It's like, okay, I got it. They're giving it to you. And it's important because this is when sports doesn't cheat you. We don't have to look. We ain't trying to go out there. We ain't trying to get into your personal business. We talking sports here. Who are you? What are you made of? And Jaylen Brown gave you an indication of that last night. Wembanyama has been giving you an indication of that when you listen to him speak. It's the kind of stuff that we're looking for, because it's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now let's go. That's what you want to see. And so I applaud Jaylen Brown for doing that, because he's basically saying Jason Tatum's going to be very important. We want to win the championship, but I ain't going to front and act like it's easy, because I want it all. I want the championship, plus I want to win league MVP and shut y'all up forever. That's exactly what he's saying, and I get it.
Yeah, and I'm with it. Like, when did it become a bad thing to want individual accolades? Like, you should want to be the league MVP. But to answer your question, does Jason Tatum return impacts Brown's MVP chances? No. SGA is impacting his MVP chances because of his play and what he's doing over there at OKC since his return. But going to Jaylen Brown comments, right now I still believe that Jaylen Brown is the best two-way player in the game. I'm not saying this by a landslide, because obviously you have Victor Wembanyama who's lurking. Kawhi Leonard is looking like the Kawhi Leonard of old. I get all that. But what I do get right now is that the Boston Celtics are coming out of the Eastern Conference. That's what I will sit up here and say on national television. The way that Jason Tatum has looked since returning from that Achilles injury, and the way that the Celtics have been clicking, the championship experience. Detroit has been struggling. Isaiah Stewart has now been out. He's going to be sidelined with a calf strain. Detroit haven't looked the same over the last month. We know how Stephen A. and his Knicks have looked inconsistent over the past past 2 weeks. I'm looking at the Boston Celtics and I'm saying this duo right here is proven. I got them as my new favorite coming out of the Eastern Conference. I just needed to see this appetizer of Jason Tatum.
Well, I just want you to pump the brakes just a little bit there, Big Perk, because last time I checked, the Boston Celtics was looking pretty damn good last year, and then they rolled up to against the Knicks, and at TD Garden in Boston, the Knicks took games 1 and 2, and ultimately was going to win that series when Jason Tatum went down in that game 4. I will say this, though. I like how I get where you're coming from. What I do like about it for the New York Knicks is that if Boston was to go against them again and they took the Knicks out, it would tell us a lot about the Knicks moving forward, how life is out without Tom Thibodeau and with Mike Brown in and with Mikal Bridges getting his way and all of that other stuff. It'll tell us a lot about the New York Knicks moving forward. I tell you that much.
Who's your pick to represent the Eastern Conference?
It was Detroit, but I'm with you. I'm starting to feel it's Boston. I'm starting to feel it's Boston. I am. I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna lie. I'm starting to feel like that.
Spurs, Celtics. I mean, Perk's given us all the guarantees today. That would be a damn good NBA Finals if we end up getting it. And nobody likes a passive superstar, which I think with Jaylen Brown saying that
Boston ain't bound down to nobody.
Yeah. He's here. Yeah. He's here in the MVP.
No matter who you look at out west.
Bit of a Celtics skeptic. I did not believe Jason Tatum would come back and look like himself. I said that's what I needed to see. I'm able to now say, Shams, let's make reservations for June in Boston.
Okay, that's what I'm ready to say. This is that windy. We're booking the hotel, huh?
I'm not saying they're going to do it. I'm not saying they're going to do it.
Getting the reservation.
I'm not. Just make a reservation.
Yeah. Because you can always cancel.
In the words of Stephen A., it's fluid. It's fluid.
But I feel more confident now than you did before Tatum got back.
Far more, because if you look at last night, Jaylen Brown, might get overlooked in the MVP conversation. But he was in the right place at the right time all night. He either was at the place where the play needed to be made, or he got to the place where the play needed to be made. And that type of veteran leadership, that type of thing permeates through the group. There's so many Celtics on this team that don't have the playoff experience of championship paths. But with Brown and Tatum and Derek White, who we sort of overlook, he's going to get easy and open looks. Joe Mazzulla is a hell of a coach. I'm ready to say it. I'm ready to say that I have confidence in the Celtics doing it. Doesn't mean they're going to, but I can see it happening.
How do they plan on using Tatum moving forward, though? Because he got 20 last night. He's been playing, but it's not like he's going 40 minutes. Do you think the minutes will increase as the season goes into the postseason?
Yeah, sure. The plan for him was get back on the floor. You got minutes in the 20s. You ease yourself late in the 20s, 30s. And then by the time you're near the end of the regular season, you are peak Jason Tatum, you're rounding into form, and that's when you go full throttle. Then you lift the minutes restriction. I think that is what the Celtics hope, that by the end of the regular season, they're going to be able to put themselves in a position where going into game 1 of the playoffs, they can play Jason Tatum as many minutes as they want. If he wants to go 40, he can go 40, but we're seeing him impact the game with rebounding on some nights, 20 points in 4 straight games. And for a guy, I'll never forget when I heard in late January that this guy is starting to do 5-on-5. I mean, he was 8 months, 9 months
Achilles in June,
from an Achilles tear. His rehab was unheard of, the dedication that he's put forth. So for him to put himself in this position, he clearly just wants a chance to make it back to the finals.
Yesterday we did the show, and it was a coronation for SGA, and it's a MVP, and there's no... He could be the best player in the league. It doesn't necessarily mean he's the most valuable player in the league. Does Jaylen Brown still have a case in an SGA world to be the MVP of the league?
A case, I suppose. And it feels bad after a game like last night that you're going to poo-poo it. But I think there is a difference between SGA, Jokic, and then everybody else right now from a statistical standpoint, from the effect on winning. I mean, if the Celtics catch Detroit, and that's really going to be really hard to do because they're 5 games behind, then you have a case. But as far as two-way players on the game, he's having a career season, and it should be acknowledged. It doesn't have to be acknowledged by an MVP, but we're acknowledging that, honestly, with the Oscars happening over the weekend, He's going from being a supporting actor to best actor.
No doubt.
That's what I'm willing to give
No
him.
doubt. And I would say all NBA is a huge honor also.
Absolutely.
And he's in that conversation.
He's going to be there. He's definitely going to be there.
First or second
and the candidate
team,
for
First or second, because you can't put them all on the first team.
That's going to be a
He's going to be
heated
first
team.
He's going to be first team.
Yeah.
He might be the last. He's going to be first team.
Okay.
I think so.
I like this. This is
I
good.
thought